welcome to another video of Dead by Trash Can. My name is Cubeproductions. Today we're using Score Merchant as always, using a really interesting build, which is kind of a combination of the last video we did with plus a really good build that I think y'all should use. We're using Ultimate Weapon, basically the best perk in the game, where if you open a locker for the next 30 seconds, anytime someone enters your territory, they scream and become blinded. We have Dead Man Switch, you know what this does, and then we're going to use that plus, of course, Ultimate Weapon to block every generator, because we make survivors scream and we'll block gens across the map. We're using my favorite perk in the entire game, Thrilling Trimmers, which will block all gens that survivors are not working on once we pick up a survivors on the ground. And the last perk we're using is Desolation. Now, Desolation is a perk that I have used before many times on my channel, and I said to y'all Desolation might be one of the best perks for Score Merchant, and I think that is true, and also because of the fact that they are about to change Score Merchant and make it different, so the claw traps won't break pallets. So because of that reason, I recommend using Desolation. It also helps because of our add-ons, using Jericho Readout to move faster, and using Randomized Strobes to make survivors move slower. So of course, if we can go in loops, we always move faster, they always move slower. It makes more sense to try and break as many pallets as possible. So this build is basically about protecting gens, but also about locating survivors and also winning in chase. So let's straight to the game to show how great this build is. Okay, playing on Torment Creek, a really interesting map for Score Merchant. Not only a bad map, but also it's kind of like, it feels like a big map, so which is kind of a problem. It's not as big as like, my favorite map, Garden of Hope, whatever it's called. I mean, Garden of Joy, I hate that map. But it's a pretty decently sized map. So hopefully we can be able to block gens and find survivors while we're doing this. So like I said, this basically build is more focused around blocking gens. If the gens are blocked, the survivors can't do the gens. If survivors can't do the gens, we can focus on chasing them. It's very simple. It's not about just blocking gens and protecting gens only. It's literally just, like I said, more about that. I want to make sure I say that because I feel like people who watch this video or who see Score Merchant are like, oh my god, 3 gens Score Merchant. I'm like, no. We play her a different way at this channel. We don't just 3 gen. Ever, actually. Unless we like actually got 3 gen by complete accident. But other than that, we don't 3 gen. But yes. So while this is playing, I'm fight this. Like there were 2 survivors right next to each other. So of course I tried to hit one of them. I decided to stop that chase because I know the girl's over here because I have a claw trap on her. I know she's at this pallet. So I'm just gonna wait for her to drop that pallet, and then I'm going to make her vault the pallet, and then if she vaults the pallet, it will automatically break thanks to the claw trap. Luckily for me, she goes over here, but sadly there's a window here. Sometimes there's no window there, and sometimes there is a window there. It depends on the loop. So there's a window there, so she's gonna be able to go over here, but it's fine because the claw trap is still on her, which is the reason why I'm kind of mad they're getting rid of the fact that you can't break claw traps. Well, claw traps don't break pallets anymore. She's gonna vault this. She's not exposed because she vaulted it. The claw trap will break the pallet, and we get a quick down. All because she decided to stay in a loop that was already a bad pallet, and then she decided to make it worse for herself by getting exposed. Then someone put a flashbang down. I'm like, what? And then as you can see, Thrilling Trimmers blocks every gen besides the one to the right, so I know they're on that gen. So I was mad at myself because I realized that like maybe I would have ended the chase faster. I would have been able to actually stop them from working on that gen, but nope. So I'm gonna use Ultimate Weapon so I can figure out what they are. And I see people screaming. I see 2 people over here. One girl's injured. Of course, it makes more sense to go after the injured girl, so I'm gonna go after her. She luckily does not try and mind game, and she gets not really the best pathing, so I was able to hit her before she can, like right after she drops the pallet. So I get the pallet and the down, which is really good, and I'm fine with that. Now I'm gonna hook her right here. We got some pretty good pressure. Yes, we lost a gen, but it's kind of like we got pressure. And you have Dead Man Switch, so now if they get off any gens, it'll get blocked. Now I know probably one person's doing a gen, and these 2 right here, one are healing. I'm gonna go after the girl who I just downed before. Normally I wouldn't tunnel like this, but I feel like I want to continue my pressure where I am already kind of winning, and I want to make sure that I can continue winning by downing this girl and getting her on the 2nd stage. So later on in the game, all I have to do is worry about downing her one more time, and we're good. So I try to chase this girl. And then as a result, she runs in the middle of nowhere, so I'm like, perfect, I can down her. I know the pallet right here though, but it doesn't really matter because this pallet is kind of safe, but it's not really that safe. She's going to vault it and get scared. I'm going to down her. And now I can get a quick down and put her inside, put her on a hook. Luckily, no one flashlight saved or tries to use a flashbang on me this time, so I was able to down her. And now we can continue. I have not got any Desolation value, sadly. But it's fine because our other 3 perks are giving us lots of value. open this locker to add an ultimate weapon, and now we can walk around the map, find survivors, and hopefully get them off gens. I know someone's over here because of the fact that I looked and dueling tremors blocked every gen besides this one, so I knew someone's over here. So because of that reason, I saw her vault the pallet, and now I'm going to put a drone up here, make her either continue looping this drone area, or make her go away, which is the whole point of these drones. And every time she walks inside the drone radius, I move faster, and she moves slower. So basically, I'm in a really good position. I'm undetectable because I'm inside my drone radius. So I was trying to mind game her because you can't see my red stain, but sadly, she was just gonna keep running. Luckily for me, I hit her because she threw the pallet down because she got scared. They have done 2 gens, which is kind of bad, but it's kind of fine because again, we are in a really good position. We've only put 5 people, but at the same exact time, we have pretty good gen pressure, and our perks are really good when it comes to protecting gens. And also, I feel like because I got that one girl dead on hook, all I had to do was find her one more time, and I downed her. I'm not gonna just tunnel her out the game. It was more like I wanted to just make sure. Okay, I have one person who I know is dead on hook. This gen is probably completed, so I kind of want to make sure that I keep a close eye on it, just in case I see someone come over there. So that's why I have that drone over there. The drone will hopefully be able to detect if someone is there. This girl is the girl who we what's it called? I believe this is the girl who's actually dead on hook. I could be wrong, but they look kind of similar. But I'm gonna go after her. She has lives, so I'm like, okay. But she has a pallet right here, so I know that. And I'm pretty sure there's a window here either. Oh, there's a window here. But sometimes there's a window on one side and not on the other side, and sometimes a window on both sides. I got kind of confused, and I didn't really realize where she went, so I kind of went the wrong way for a second. Then our gen gets completed, and I realized I really need to like mobilize on these gens. So now I'm gonna go after this girl who's in the shack doing the gen. And then she runs into the same exact place that the other girl ran to, which has no pallet and also has a window on the left side. But because she doesn't know there's no pallet, she's going to go towards where the pallet was, and then go over here and then go in the middle of nowhere and basically get me a free down. So that makes me happy. But then a girl comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, what? I hear something. So as I'm moving around, I see scratch marks, and that's when I realized that there was someone right beside me, but I knew I heard footsteps, so I couldn't figure out exactly where they were. So because of that reason, I was like, okay, I'm going after you now. But then I just had to stop, because I realized I need to make sure I protect these gens. Normally I don't do this, but because of Ultimate Weapon, I can stop gens from far away, and now I don't even have to go towards that gen, because it's already blocked. I am going to put a drone over there, but because I saw this girl, it makes more sense to go to the girl who actually is dead on hook. I remember this is the girl who's dead on hook. They have a really similar skin, but they have a different body type. So because I know this girl is dead on hook, I'm gonna go after her, of course. It only makes sense. And then after she's gonna go inside the shack, drop this pallet. I can't speak. But then I was like, okay, I know you're gonna drop the pallet, I'm gonna swing anyway. But she didn't swing, or she didn't drop the pallet. So I'm like, oh, she's definitely gonna make it towards this window. I feel like if she did keep running, she would have made it, but instead she goes around this cone thing. And I'm like, okay. But then another drink is completed, and I'm like, oh no. But luckily, it was the gen across the entire map, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. So now all I have to do is care about these other gens, and because we have Dead Man Switch, and one person dead on hook, hopefully we can protect these last 2 gens without having to deal with, without having the game is in immediately. So I'm gonna put a drone in this gen, I'm gonna put it in the right position. I gotta make sure I put it in the right spot. I wanna kick this gen 2. And now I know there's someone over here probably, so I'm gonna try and find them if I can. Someone's on my radar. They're inside the main building. She literally got rid of my drone, or tried to, but then she saw me and she got scared and she got off the the drone. So it automatically exposed her. Now she's gonna try and go back towards this loop again. I don't know why these survivors keep going towards this loop, but don't go through the window. They just go to the part with the pallet. It's not there. It's so weird. So now I'm gonna put a drone right here. I see someone in the corner of my eye and someone getting exposed. So I'm like, okay. So because I know someone's over there, I'm gonna go after them first. But then, of course, when I'm going to put this, this girl on the hook, I know I hear something. And I'm like, what is this? And then I look on the thing and someone's running. And they are right here. Now sadly, she wasn't the girl that was exposed. But I know she's gonna go after, going for the unhook. So I'm gonna go unhook her. Because that girl got off that gen, that gets blocked by Dead Man Switch, and I don't even have to go over there and protect the gen or put a drone on it anymore. I can just hook this girl and keep going. So I gotta make sure I keep as much pressure as possible, because I like this build. This build is really good, actually. I recommend using it. Then we have Ultimate Weapon. so we can figure out exactly where they are. So another good thing about Ultimate Weapon 2 is Score Merchant can make herself oblivious like really easily. I mean, make herself unattackable really easily. So you can have no terror radius and then go towards someone, and because of that reason, you'll most likely be closer to the person who screams than you normally would be. I know this girl is dead on hook. I was worried that she had dead heart, so I was kind of scared to swing. I make sure my drones are activated, that way I can make sure I know exactly where someone is. But then the girl is on the gen, and I'm like, okay. So I know she's gonna try and complete that gen, even though that gen's like really low on percentage. But then she decides to get rid of the drone instead of working on the gen. This girl is inside the locker. I know she has head on, obvious. But then I missed because I'm bad at the game, so I was like, what? And then she blinds me, and I'm like, okay. But luckily for me, I have these things called ears, so I just figured out where she was. Missed my hit because I'm trash at the game. And then proceed to kill her because she's in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing here. And you'll love to see it. So that was a really easy 3 deaths, or 3 kills. And now the last girl is all the way over there in the corner, and I know where she is because it's a claw trap. Hopefully I can down her while she's still exposed, but most likely I won't be able to. But because I have these 2 people dead, you can almost certainly tell that I'm going to win this game. So before the game ends, let's talk more about the Score Merchant rework. So I was thinking about the rework. I've seen more people play Score Merchant, and she seems so much fun, and I want to play her so badly. But I do, like I said, I wanted to fix some obvious problems. I was thinking about more of her add-on. Someone said something that I said in the last video I made. I said in my last video that I felt like ground noise generator bubble. I thought I heard the hatch, which is the reason why I would stop chasing this girl. But I had said that brown noise generator being activated by someone having a cloud trap on them, instead of it being they get touched by the drone beam, makes no sense to me. And I feel like the cloud trap one, yes, it will technically last longer, but it's like I have to give someone a cloud trap so now that they're broken, hindered, got them on the radar, and they're oblivious. I feel like there's a lot of going on, but I feel like it would be easier and better if it worked either both with the cloud trap and with the drone touching them, or just work with the drone. But this is one thing I was thinking about. I was also thinking about, like I said in the last video, I can't remember the name of the add-on, but it's like the one that makes them mangled and hemorrhaged when they're injured, when you hit them, and they have a cloud trap on them. I said that's like the worst add-on in the entire probably game, because it's actually useless. Because when someone's have a cloud trap on them, they are broken until the cloud trap goes away anyway, so you're never going to be able to hit them when they're not injured. So it's the dumbest add-on. It makes no sense. I feel like they just kind of overlooked that and didn't change it, but that was just some of those things. Of course, if you have any suggestions on how to buff Score Merchant to new rework, or if you enjoy the video, make sure you let me know in the comments how you enjoy the video, or how we should change Score Merchant and make her better. Like I said before in the last video, of course, no matter what happens to Score Merchant, I'm still going to use her, no matter what. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I love everyone who subscribes, and I thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I know it's kind of been a really weird, bumpy road when it comes to my upload schedule, but I'm trying my hardest. Of course, I will be posting more videos. I know we started a Paper Mario game, and I haven't uploaded that in 2 weeks. Don't worry, I will upload that soon. I am just busy at the moment, and that's the reason why I haven't been uploading. But make sure you use this build, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a nice day.